Hey guys, what is up? So Josie Dog here with the video over the new calendar classes. So in case some of you didn't know, AE released all of the calendar classes once again except for the past 3 years. You can go ahead and get them with hero points, which everybody should have gotten 6 for free, or 6,000 ACs. In order to do that, you join the map Hero Mart, talk to the guy there, and he'll get you set up with the good stuff. So anyways, I'm not going to be going over the last 3 years of calendar classes, mostly because I don't have them, so that could be problematic. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to go ahead and start with Chrono Commandant. So this class is the Chrono Tanker. He is a tanky little son of a gun, and with his ability, so if you look at it, the first ability is Time Rift. So this is going to be the case for a majority of the classes. Essentially, this ability will give you stacks of Temporal Rift, which is super important because Temporal Rift is what allows you to nuke, and generally you want to get up to 4 stacks of it. Your second ability, Time Rift Inversion, reduces the damage taken by 55% for 22 seconds. That's a heck of a long time, especially since it's on a 12-second cooldown. It's like you're always going to be taking half the damage that you normally would. And then your last ability reduces their damage that they give you by 25%, so like you're only taking really a quarter of the damage that they would normally deal, so you're really never gonna die. And then this 4 ability, Time Rift Collapse, that's what nukes. So what you want to do is you want to get your defenses up, then use your Temporal Rift, stack it up to 4, and then nuke. So I'll go ahead and show you. So we build up our damage, or not our damage, sorry, our defense. Now we stack our Temporal Rift up to 4, and then nuke, right? So it deals pretty decent for a tank. I don't know of many other tanks that can deal, 160k like that in one shot. Now something important to note is that your Time Rift Collapse does, holy cow, that was a lot of damage. Your Time Rift Collapse does deal damage based off of the last 10 seconds that you've had Temporal Rift up. Meaning that you can either nuke right after 4 stacks and you'll deal a decent amount of damage, or if you wait 10 seconds, you'll deal even more damage. So there's Chrono Commandant, the tanky nuker. Now we have Chrono Day Night. I'm terrified to use this class actually, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill him. It's a really good class, don't get me wrong, but it's really quite squishy. But it deals insane damage. So cons, very squish, moist squish. Pros, insane damage, like insane. So anyways, I'll go through it and explain it. So Dragon's Rift, this is what stacks your Temporal Rift. Really important. This ability reduces the damage taken by 30%. So there's really your only defense right there. Reduce damage by 30%. Your fourth ability, it increases your magic damage by 15%, which is important because that's what your nuke is. It's magical. It's magical. Anyways, sorry about that. What this ability also does is makes your auto attacks stack up to 10 times, and every time it stacks, it applies the damage over time. So I'll go ahead and show you guys, see if I can kill him. I'm probably gonna die. Reduce damage, apply damage over time, start stacking that. Let's try and get up to 4 stacks of this Temporal Rift, reduce more damage. So see, as you guys can see, I'm already down to little to no health. Also, my mana's nearly gone. That was a garbage nuke. I'll go ahead and put a video at the end of this showing what it can do with the support. You're almost gonna definitely need a support. I may not be using the class right 100%, but get a support. So let's go ahead and leave, because I don't want to fight the Queen of Hope. I'm hopeless. I need no Queen of Hope. Alright. Next up, Chrono Corruptor. I like to think of Chrono Corruptor as the gambler, and I will explain why. So, Temporal Rift ability, I don't even know why I go over it anymore. Yep, happy stuff. Now, this ability, Split Casualty, it'll do one of 2 things. Or I guess 2 of 4 things, technically. So it's going to apply a damage over time and a heal over time. Damage over time to your enemy, and heal over time to yourself, and that's the way it should be. However, it'll either deal a large damage over time or small damage over time, and a large heal over time or small heal over time. But I'm pretty sure it always does both a heal over time and damage over time. It's just whether it's large or small. And then if you can read, then it talks about how it'll either be 8 seconds or 2 seconds. Good stuff. Now your last ability will do another one of two things, plus an additional thing. And that additional thing is increase your haste by 20%, which is really good. That's almost max haste. I guess it's 2/3 of the way to max haste. And then one of two things is it will either increase your damage output by 100% or increase your heal over time and damage over time by 100%. So it either really benefits your split casualty ability by increasing your heal and damage over time, or really benefits your nuke by increasing its damage by 100%, which, you know, doubles. I mean, that's always a good thing. So let's go ahead and do it. So same thing, you want to go ahead and get up to 4 stacks of Chaos Strike and then nuke, and it missed. So that's just great. Let's go ahead and try it again and nuke. Alright, so there's 84k, that's pretty decent. Let's see if we can use our don't blink twice right before we use it to get the 100% damage increase. There you go, that was a pretty good nuke. Let's go ahead and try it again. And maybe let's wait the full 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, kablamo, look at that, 394. I don't want no blessed items, I'm sorry, but I'm cursed, and that's the way I will be. So that's Chrono Corruptor, the Gambler. Chronomancer Prime is just about on par with Chrono Corruptor, mostly because it increases your haste by 20% as well, crazy. Here's your Temporal Rift, you know, but yeah. Here's this one deals a damage over time, which every time it takes off, it doubles itself. So like it goes from 2, then to 4, then to 8, and then to 16, and then to like 1,100,000. And then here's your nuke. So that's exciting. Also, this does increase your dodge, or I guess reduces your enemy's dodge by 15%. So that's pretty good to know. And then yeah, here's your nuke. Something important to know about this nuke is that it has an 80% increased chance to crit, so you're almost going to always be dealing a crit nuke, which is kind of unique compared to other classes. So here we go, let's go ahead and stack the damage over time, let it double itself a few times, get our stacks off, and then we will nuke. Right there, boom, right? So this class can actually nuke incredibly fast because of its haste. However, it's, like I said before, with all these classes, if you wait the full 10 seconds before you nuke, you're going to be dealing a lot more damage. So there it is. It's a really good class, you know, it heals you, it allows you to nuke, pretty dang good stuff. Just good all around class. Next we have Immortal Chrono. This one is a pain in the butt to explain, so I'll try and do it the best I can. Basically what you want to do is you want to stack 5 and 2, usually to 6 times, right? Because this is, instead of Temporal Rift, it uses something called 4th Dimension. Oh, I guess it does have Temporal Rift as well, my bad. So it uses 4th Dimension, Deadlock, and then you can enter something called Infinity Rift. So you guys can watch a video on how the actual technicalities of this class works, but you want to stack 5 and 2, 5 and 2, 5 and 2, 5 and 2. And then once you have those stacked, you're able to use 3 and 4. What 3 does is it removes your stacks, reduces your damage taken by 10%. It also applies a heal over time, which is really nice, and increases your damage based on how many stacks you have. And then 4, this is going to be your nuke. And yeah. So here, I'll go ahead and just start, I guess. So let's go ahead and stack 5, 2. So he's probably actually going to be able to get my health down pretty low. So I'm not going to stack it 6 times first. I'm going to only stack 5 and 2 4 times, get that heal over time off, and deal a mini nuke. So now I have that heal over time. I don't think he's going to be able to kill me anytime soon. And I can go ahead and stack this up to 6 times. So here's my 5th, here's my 6th, get that heal off, and then nuke. So that was only 93. With this class, if you crit, you can actually get insane damage, like up to 400, 600k just on your own as solo. which honestly is really impressive. So this class actually has some really good mechanics to it. See there, 590k. Because you can heal, it reduces damage, you can do insane nukes. It's an all-around just well-built class. Interstellar Knight. This one is the Dot class. He's kind of the Dot, and that's because everything he does is damage over time. Now, a lot of people overlook this class because he only deals damage over time. He doesn't have a single nuke. He just increases his damage over time. Funny how that works. Anyways, so this class basically applies a damage over time and applies Temporal Rift. No, it doesn't apply damage over time. Never mind. That's your, it's actually, I forgot about that. It's your auto attacks that apply damage over time. So that's kind of cool. This one applies Temporal Rift, and then based off of your stacks of Temporal Rift, you'll do different things like this one. If you don't have Temporal Rift, you'll stun your enemy. If you do have it, you reduce all incoming damage by 50%, and you get a 10-second heal over time based on how many stacks of Temporal Rift. This ability, Incinerating Era, scorch your target. You do a massive damage over time for 10 seconds. So 4 and 1. That's what do your damage over time, except this one's bigger. And the damage is based off of your Temporal Rift stack. So it's kind of like a nuke, but it's a nuke over time. Your 5th ability, basically this one is going to make the damage over time deal a heck of a lot more damage. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and deal up some stacks, consume it with a heal, build up some more stacks, try and get a large damage over time here going. Okay, there's your 4, increase the damage. So as you can see, it's not like that crazy of a class, but it's a pretty decent class. Maybe. Wow, okay, I gotta try that again. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I've gotta be doing something wrong. Okay, let's try it on Queen of Hope. Surely I can kill the Queen of Hope. Alright, so yeah, see, it's doing decent damage. Let's see if we can get our damage over time to stack up. I know you can get it to stack up pretty dang high. Okay, so there's that. I'd imagine it's better with the support, so. Also, just an FYI, I absolutely am terrible with some of these classes, so you might want to look this one up and see how to actually use it, because it's probably a lot better than I think it is. Shadow Stalker of Time, this one is hecka confusing, but it's all about timing, and yeah, that's about it, and patience. So essentially with this class, what you want is you always want to have Temporal Eclipse active. Now, Temporal Eclipse, what this does is it buffs up all of your other abilities and allows you to do a nuke in the form of a damage over time. So Temporal Eclipse, what this does, so it, for your enemy, it negates their crit chance by 30% and lowers their hit chance. It actually attacks up to 3 targets, which can be nice, sometimes it's not so nice. And then it increases your hit and crit chance by 80%, which is a lot. That's a huge buff. And then it doubles your haste as well, but increases the damage you take by 20% for 5 seconds. Now, this ability, Silhouette Shadow Warp, increases your dodge by 300%, but then you become the primary focus of your enemy. So like, you're almost guaranteed to dodge their attacks, but they're going to be focusing you, which could be a good thing in a party, because I mean, you're protecting others by having it attack you, but you're guaranteed to dodge it. But it does, if Temporal Eclipse is active, it does, let's see, it deals damage up to 3 enemies and heals 30 mana after 2 seconds. So it also heals your mana. Exude and Devour, it causes up to 2 opponents. So this one attacks 2 opponents, and it deals moderate damage and applying damage over time. If Temporal Eclipse is up, it applies a heal over time to you for 6 seconds. And then your last ability, so this one is your damage over time ability. So I'll go ahead and explain it. Basically what you want to do is there's two different combos you can do. One is the single nuke, which you do 5, 4, 2, 3. And that's your single nuke. And then your double nuke is 5, 3, 4, 2, 3. There's a lot of guides on how to use this class, so I'll just show you what I can do with it. It's definitely a lot easier if you have a support that increases your haste, because then you don't have to worry about the timing as much. But yeah, we'll just get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with 5, 4, 2, wait till your 5 is about halfway before you use it, and then there's your, I don't know if you saw that, damage over time. Then we'll go ahead and double nuke, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3. So 28k, so there was that double nuke damage over time. So now we'll go back into the single nuke. There it is, 54k, don't know if you saw it or not. But the problem is I nuked a little bit too early, and so my stacks isn't going to work. And what I mean by that is, oh, never mind, I didn't time that terribly wrong. It did stack with it. Basically, every time you nuke, it'll carry over the damage from the last damage over time you dealt. And so because of that, it's going to gradually increase and increase and increase and increase. So this time I'm definitely not going to be able to get it. Oh my gosh, I did, 100k. So yeah. I'm actually a little bit better at this class than I thought. But anyways, what this class is good for is it has some insane survivability skills, and also, like, eventually I can get my damage over time to deal 626,330 damage, you know, every time. And so pretty soon I'll just be able to, every time he respawns, just deal that over and over and over and over again and farm A ranks like he's nothing, like he's a little pony. So yeah, really good class. I actually enjoy doing it. It's a little bit more complicated, will take time to learn, but keeps it interesting. Last class we're going to go over is Time Killer. Time Killer is like Yami no Ronin, except Yami no Ronin is freaking steroids, and this one is not quite steroids. This one's more like protein powder, because its dodge isn't, it's not 100% like Yami no Ronin, but it's pretty high up there. Like, survivability, you can get hit every once in a while, but more than likely you're not going to get hit. And it can nuke like crazy. So let's go through it. First ability, it slows your enemy's local time, reducing their haste by 20%, so it makes them attack slower. Compressed time, this one you can use on yourself or an ally, which is interesting. However, I seriously doubt any of you will use it on an ally, because all of us are selfish here. But basically, whoever you use it on, they'll heal and regain mana. I think that's one of the only abilities in the entire game that you can use on somebody else to help them regain mana. So just saying, you could use it with a Chrono Dragon Knight and help them regain their mana so they don't have mana issues. I mean, there's also Mana Vamp, but I mean, yeah, okay, sure. And it increases your dodge by 25% and increases your haste to max 30%. all at once. So that's an insane ability. Your last ability, it'll stun them for 2 seconds. So I mean, if you're in PvP, that gives you a little bit of an edge. And then your fourth one is your nuke. So something kind of cool though is your auto attack, your second ability, not second, first ability, number 2. And your last ability all give you stacks of Temporal Rift. So you're going to be able to get up to 4 stacks of Temporal Rift insanely fast. However, the issue is still your nuke is going to base off of the last 10 seconds of damage. So if you nuke, every 3 seconds, there'll be mini nukes, or you can wait the full 10 seconds. And I'll show you the difference while we're going. So I'll go ahead and start attacking him. Right. So already I'm at 4 stacks, 27k. Right. So let's go and wait the full 10 seconds, and we'll see what that does. So just keep waiting, waiting. What do? We blam! And then we miss. Okay, so that's really unfortunate. So anyways, we'll try again. And bam! And it missed again. Wow, I am cursed. I am so cursed. And boom. Okay, right there. See, 181. Finally, I got a decent hit. So yeah, that's pretty dang good. Let's see if we can do even just a little bit more. No, it's just 100k. You know, just 100k. That's small numbers. That's easy mode. Okay, right there, see? So there, that was a decent nuke. So yeah, so anyways, I hope this this little guide helps you decide which class you want. Just a kind of a review for all of them. Card Clasher, you can't get that. I'm sorry. Sucks for you. Kinda, not really. I don't care. Chrono Commandant, Tanky Nuker, Chrono Data Knight, Insane Nuker. Needs a support though. Very squish. Chrono Corruptor, the Gambler, decently well. It's basically on par with Chronomancer Prime. The Fast Nuker, decent, just all around class. Immortal Chronomancer, very good soloer. Interstellar Knight, I'm not sure, figure it out. Shadow Stalker of Time, really good. Just take some time to build up your damage, and once it's there, you're unstoppable. Time Killer, he's protein powder. Yeah, so anyways, hope that helps. See you guys. Bye.